there are more home buyers over 70 than there are under 35. These are old people. They're not gonna all live for the entirety of a 30-year loan, right? So I think, like, if you're buying a home after retirement age, since this is the generation, the boomers are famous as the pulling the ladder up generation. I like to focus on just hitting the billionaires and the leaders that destroyed all of us. So I try to take these kind of politics, generation politics, gender politics, with a little more tact and care. But hear me out real quick. They should prove that their next of kin can't afford their house. Because since they all pulled the ladder all up from under us, their next of kin cannot afford that fucking house. So if their next of kin can't afford the house after they die, they should not be allowed to buy it. So let's think about this critically, right? That boomer in that house dies. Maybe they die at like 90, that's still pretty good. They've got 10 years left on that loan. Whoever they're paying that loan to, that bank is gonna lose money. And then whoever inherits that house is gonna have to figure out how to pay that on top of the fees and taxes from inheriting a fucking house. 60 years of shit policy that destroyed our unions, destroyed our social security, destroyed a lot of our welfare and the minimum wage. We cannot afford that fucking house. You are going to put the next 3 generations of your family in debt because you pull the ladder out from under them and then die with an unpaid loan. A big unpaid loan. And this should be one of those no-brainer fucking things because it's also in the bank's interest to worry about this. The average median age of a home buyer has roughly increased by 1 year every year since boomers started buying houses. You know what that means? They're the only ones buying houses. What happens when literally every bank has to start worrying about this? Or even worse, they don't worry about this, and they've got to figure out how to siphon even more money from us. And maybe this would be like the kick in the pants from the start working on policy that helps us out, instead of just doing policy that gives them more free shit.